up? It's your girl Jassy J, and my eyes are watery because it's very cold. I'm sitting at this coffee shop. It's around 10, 12 in the morning, and it's cold outside. It's like snowing. And I'm just sitting here at the coffee shop across the street from the McDonald's. Um, you can't see the McDonald's, but it feels a lot colder than minus 14. My ears are so cold right now. The snow melted off my hair. So I'm just sitting here at the coffee shop having a soy hot chocolate. I am vegan. I want to tell you a funny thing that happened last night. This guy who speaks Creole French, you know, came to see me because we were talking, and he's like, "I want to come and see you." So he comes over, you know, um, and first I said to him, I don't feel like getting dressed up right now. I'm just wearing what I'm wearing. And he's like, you don't have to get dressed up for me. So he comes over and, he starts touching me and, I'm touching him and, he's grabbing on my bosom, my breast, and his hands are going lower and lower and lower. And suddenly he comes up on, my private, and he's like, he picks up his coat, and he's like, "Do you have a bathroom?" And this is making me nervous. Like, what does he have in his jacket? Why does he need to go in his bathroom, in my bathroom? And I had some experience with someone, who did that, but they didn't go there to use the bathroom. They were going into the bathroom to do something. So instantly I said, "No, I don't have a bathroom." And, he says, "Oh, I gotta go, I gotta go." And I said, "Why?" He's like, "I gotta go. I gotta go, doo-doo." I'm like, okay. I'm like, "Are you sure?" He's like, yeah, I got to go, I got to go. In his Creole accent. And so he left. And I texted him and I said, "What, were you shy?" He texted me back saying, "Oh, you didn't tell me you were gay." And I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm not gay. Okay, I'm not gay." And I did say that I was transsexual. If you didn't know what a transsexual was, that's not my fault. If you didn't understand what I meant by that. So he's like, "Oh, you fucking gay, you fucking gay." Because he doesn't understand what a transsexual is. I can't believe in 2017, a lot of people do not know what a transsexual is. So, he's like, "Oh, I'm like, "Look, I am not gay. Like, get it in your head. I'm not gay. I'm transsexual." You know, um, I always make the point of telling people what I am before I meet them, or, if they're interested in me, because, back in the day when I was younger, when a guy would be interested in me, I would never say anything. But I've learned that, what, it's not fair to the person, and you don't know how the person's going to react. So you want to tell them up front, because, you don't want to deceive someone. Because I've had an experience where, this really hot guy, I was walking down the street. First of all, I live in the gay village, so I don't know how he didn't know. So I'm, walking down the street, and there's this hot, guy, had brownish hair, had this beautiful accent. I don't know where he was from, this beautiful accent. And he's like, you know, um, "I want to go with you." I'm like, "Okay." So, normally I do not invite people over to my apartment that I just meet walking on the street. So, this was late at night too. So I said, okay, taking the chance. And, we're making out. And he put his hands down there, and he just like within 2 seconds just bolted like fast, like like those cartoons with like with like the road run. Yeah, that's what it was like, and because he had no idea that I had a male part. He thought he was hooking up with a transsexual. I mean, thought he was hooking up with a woman with a vagina. And I thought he knew because I'm not saying that every woman down here in the gay village is a transsexual, but it's predominantly known that there's a lot down here. So I thought he knew, presuming that he did, but he didn't. Another funny story, and I'm just telling you these stories because I'm sitting here at the coffee shop bored. Another story, this guy, I can't remember if he was Spanish, I can't remember what he was, but he, I thought he knew what I was, so he came over. He's like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. He's like, I want to have sex with you, you're so beautiful. So I'm like, okay, so I got some condoms, put it on him, and I bent over, and, he's doing me, and so he reaches over, I guess he thought I had a vagina, like, so he reaches over, and then he's like, what, he reaches over with his hands, at my crotch, and he's like, because I guess he was, trying to stimulate the vagina with his hands while he's like, so he reaches over and he's like, what's this? And I'm like, I don't know what to say. So, he paused while he's still in me. He paused for a second while his male thing is still in me. And he paused and he's looking like, okay, I'm already feeling good. I know what he's thinking. He's like, I'm already feeling good. Shall I just stop and go? Or shall I just continue? His brain is like trying to figure out, should I just stay? Should I just, I'm already, make a long story short, he paused for about a minute or two while he's telling me, and then he continued. And then, I'm like, okay, and then he continued and till he was, finished, climaxed. And that was it, after he was done, we never, he never said anything. He just, still was confused and puzzled and probably thinking, oh my God, what was that? Does that make me, because, gay, because a lot of people, they don't understand the whole thing of transsexuals and, what it is. And when they do find out, they start to question, like, but, I only had like a really, really horrible experience where this person, they did know ahead of time, straight, acted, live in one of the straightest neighborhood, like, ghetto neighborhood, and he came over and, we were having fun, and then after he was done, he put his head between his legs, and then he started to freak out, like, it's like, get away from the door, get away from the door. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is like, I guess he started to feel guilty, like, oh my God, I just had sex with someone who is transsexual, and oh my God, like, and he freaked out. To make a long story short, thank God nothing happened to me, and, I was trying to calm him down, make sure that he is, because, when somebody is in that state, you don't want to aggravate them, and he kept telling me, get away from the door, like, get away from the front door, and I'm like, because I'm trying to stay close to the door just in case, something starts, like, trying to attack me, I can bolt through the door, and so I just, slightly move away from the door, and he's like, open it. I'm like, okay, and I opened it, and before he did that, he said something while he was on my bed, like, because I wouldn't listen to him at first. It's like, he said something like, this is why, I did what I did with the last transsexual, and that made me like, what do you mean? Like, what did he do? That's what's going through my head. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I better back away from the door. And so I did, and he just left, and I was like, oh my God, that is one of the worst experience, so I don't hook up with guys on the down. He was on the down low. I do not hook up with guys on the down low anymore, because you never know what they're gonna do. They're not quite stable, and they will freak out, from guilt. So I try not to hook up with guys on the down low. I just, You know, if I try not to. I just once I hook up with someone who knows what I'm about, and yeah, I want to keep it private. But they're not one of those down low guys who will freak out kind of thing. But so that is my story that I just wanted to share with you guys. And thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to leave me a comment. I hope you can hear me because I'm trying not to talk really loud in here because there's other people in here and there's music playing. So I hope you guys can hear me. And you know, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please leave me a comment. Don't forget, to the newcomers, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to rate my videos. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna finish my soy hot chocolate. I think it's probably all cold by now. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful day. And if you're somewhere cold, keep warm, you know. And if you are somewhere really hot and warm, enjoy, Thank you so much for watching. Bye.